Welcome back to the fifth part of this Future Trading Accelerator program. So today, I just want to show you guys how to open a Tradestation account and then how to set up your Tradestation desktop application. I will be linking all of my tabs that I have in Tradestation that I have already set up personally that I use. I will put those in the description so you can just download those and then upload them to Tradestation, and then you'll instantly be able to have my trading setup that I have worked on for a while to get it perfect. For me, of course, you can always tweak it. I'm also going to be going over just a few things that I like to do to make it better. But without further ado, let's just hop into it. So, of course, the first thing that you're going to want to do is go to the Tradestation website. So just search up Tradestation, tradestation.com, go to that. Boom, this is the page. Hit open account on the right, new users, sign up. Boom, it'll bring you to the account setup. And this is what it looks like if you've never opened a futures broker, or not even a futures broker account, just any brokerage account. This is what it looks like. It's probably the same. If you opened up a bank account, you just have to put in your information. It's not that complicated. I really don't think there's anything that's actually complicated in this. It's literally just putting in your information. So obviously, let's just start with putting in our name. Straightforward. Country of legal residence. You probably live in the United States. I'm not even sure if you can access Tradestation outside of the United States. I literally have no idea. I live in Michigan. Let's just click that. Email address. Put your email, phone number, whatever. Put some phone number. Obviously, put yours. How to hear about us? Whatever. Say Google. Username. Put whatever you want for your username. Password. 1234 ampersand. Just hit all of these check boxes. So boom. Once you have that, also make sure that the promo code is Futura FZT. That will get you free market data, which is really, really helpful for, I think, pretty much all futures. And I think on other brokerages, you do have to pay for some of that. So that is really, really nice. And also, you'll get 50% off futures brokerage fees forever, according to Tradestation. So that is definitely a massive, massive plus. So make sure you have that in there. I think you can get the 50% off even if you don't put that in there. But whatever, just make sure you put that in there. So then click next. Should bring you to the next page. Boom, it does. If you want, you can open up a equities and options account and a crypto account if you want. I would just do, we're just going to be doing futures. You can do equities and options, but we're just going to do futures, obviously. So no crypto, no equities and options, no futures options, just futures. If you are working with a sales representative, which I'm not, and I don't think you would, this is just to, I think, get an even better deal. I'm not sure how you get that, but just don't click anyone on there. This is not going to be any of my real information, of course, but just put your information. So wherever you live, your date of birth, social security number, whatever that is, United States, put in your street address, city, whatever, Detroit, 90210, whatever, put in whatever your stuff is, employment status, just whatever you are. If you're employed, self-employed, retired, student, homemaker, or unemployed, you can literally just do whatever. If you are under 22-ish, and if you are a student, I would just click student, because if you are employed, you have to do all that stuff, even self-employed and all that. Student doesn't really ask for any of that, and same with unemployed, so it really doesn't matter what this stuff actually is. And then affiliations, are you or your spouse associated with or employed by a NYSE, FINRA, or NFA registered brokerage firm? Probably not. Are you a director, 10% shareholder, or policymaking officer of a publicly owned company? Again, probably not. So all these are going to be no, unless it does apply to you. Don't lie, but just the chances is very, very low, and you'd probably know. But for the last one, for the purpose of exchange fees, are you deemed by a professional subscriber by the exchanges? Again, no, just beginning. So that will not affect you or me. So once these are all complete, next, financials, don't lie on these. I mean, I would say you'd want to be in the 50,000 to 100,000 a year in income at least. I don't think that you'd get denied by clicking under 50,000, but I mean, for me, this applies. And, just I'd say at least 50,000 should be your income to start trading futures regardless. So 50,000, whatever, just put your stuff, whatever applies. I'd say put either investments or inheritance. I mean, it really doesn't matter, but whatever, just put investments or inheritance on there. How will you fund your account? Just savings, obviously. Trading experience, again, I would not lie on these. I mean, you can say whatever you want, essentially. Again, I mean, this is just getting approved. It's not a test or anything. So obviously, I mean, you don't want to get denied, but whatever, just, put 1 to 5, put none, put over 5. It really doesn't matter. And then click next. Now we're on the summary and agreements. Would you like to provide us with contact information for a trusted contact person age 18 or older? Probably not. So just leave it at no. And then account summary, it'll bring you to the summary page. You can just review all your information. So yes, it will be opening up a futures individual account on the TS Select commission plan. And yeah, this is just all your information, yada yada. Next. And then it'll bring you to this account agreements page. You can obviously read over all of these. I would just click through them. I mean, it's probably not a bad thing to read, but I mean, it is just a ton of pretty random-ish jargon. But again, if you've never signed up for a brokerage account, you probably want to just skim through just to see what kind of stuff applies and just kind of learn a little bit about, just the industry. So once you've read all those, agree. And the selection of arbitration for disputes relating to futures accounts, this probably will not apply. But again, just we accept the arbitration provision. The taxes, this is all right. And so, yeah, then obviously you'll click submit and you should be finished after that. So that's how you set it up. I think it'll send you an email once you finish to the email that you put in there, just saying that it will be approved soon and should be approved. I really can't think of a reason why it would be denied unless it's like you don't have enough experience. But I mean, anyone can open up a brokerage account, so I really don't think you need to have like the 1 to 5 years experience or a certain income to trade. I don't think that would reject your application. But anyways, you'll see if you have trouble opening it, just DM me on Instagram or comment below and I'll try to help you out. But yeah, so that is how you open the account. And now let's get into how to access the desktop application, how to upload the files, and then just how to edit some of the stuff to make it even better for you. So once your account is approved and you're ready to fund it, download the platform, etc., etc., here is how you would download the Tradestation application. So once you're logged in, click download software. Obviously, download the platform. I'm not going to download it again because I already have it. But download the platform, it'll install. It's really easy. I don't think there's anything crazy. Just click yes and agree and download it. And then once that's downloaded, you're going to want to open it and it'll take you to the sign in tab. So here is me opening the platform from the start. And I'm just going to sign into my simulated account just so I can show you guys some stuff and not reveal any crazy stuff. But so once you're in here, I mean, you can set it up from here if you want. But obviously you're going to want to log in. So you hit work online, log in, and then put in your password. And then click simulated trading or live trading. For this, I'm just going to be going on my simulated just so that it doesn't do anything crazy. The market is closed, but regardless, let's just open this up, and it should open all of the other tabs. So how you would open the stuff that I'm going to be linking in the description for the desktop, you're going to want to hit File, then hit Desktops, and in Tradestation, the workspaces are the little individual tabs that you click through to get to a different window, and the desktop is the entire thing. It's all of the workspaces. So you have the little workspaces, then you have the desktop, that's all of the workspaces, and that's a totally separate thing. So you have workspaces in those desktops. So click Desktops, open Desktop, and for my stuff that is downloaded, I have it right here, Futures. Click Open. I think it's going to open. So you're going to want to hit File, Desktops, open the desktop. This is the one that I'm going to be linking in the description. This is the one that I use. So just click Futures, and then you'll see it'll open up all of the workspaces. So you have the desktop up here, and then these are the workspaces. You'll see all of them in a second once it fully loads. But yeah, so then that's what you'll have, and it'll all be opened up. And then you'll be good to go. And so let's just wait till this finishes downloading. And boom, so finished downloading. So bam, this is workspace 1 for your account, workspace 2 for the active trader and a chart, and then workspace 3 to get a really fast order using the quick trade bar. And yeah, so that's my 3 workspaces. Now, so to open any other workspaces or the little tabs here, applications that you want to open in here, just go to File, New Application, and you can bring up any stuff that you want. The only stuff that I use in here is market depth, matrix, quick trade bar, radar screen, time and sales, and trade manager. So the first window that I have here, or application, is the trade manager. If you open that up, new application, trade manager, you'll see it'll bring up a new one. And so I have this trade manager set to orders, and this trade manager set to balances. So you can open up one, have it orders, open up another, have it balances, and then I have it there and here. And then for this one up here, so there's actually 3 trade managers. Then I have positions up here, and then so you'll have 3 of those. And then this one down here is a trade manager analysis. So this is how you can see your P&L. So it'll just show you like a bunch of stuff, which is actually really, really cool. I love this feature. So again, File, New Application, Trade Manager Analysis, and then you just have to open up this account, put it right there, and then just click Generate, see your P&L for the date range, and then you'll be able to see it here when it actually pulls up, and then you can just click through all of these and see your net profit and just a lot of other stuff. So it's really cool. I love this feature. So that's just all the account information. It's a nice overview to see all of your account information. Now for the next workspace that we have, this is just futures trading. This is the tab name. It's really easy. I love having a big window on here to see the entire trading day. It just makes it really easy to see what happened in the past and where price may go. And then this is also really easy to just send in limit orders and to buy and cherry pick a price, and then cherry pick a price up here to sell. So that part is really, really nice. And then I have the radar screen to get to different futures. So how you would open this on your own is File, New Application, Chart Analysis, boom, Chart, and then you're going to want to link all of these to the same thing. So you have these little buttons up here. Click this little arrow, the little arrow on here. Click. I mean, you can do whatever you want here on the locals, but just click green local symbol, and then boom, that would be linked. And then to get the active trader or matrix on Tradestation, that's what they call it, new application, matrix, and then boom, you're in. And then the little green button, green local symbol. So then anything that you put in there, let's say forward, boom, it'll shift everything to that. So you'll be on the same page. You'll be seeing the chart and the active trader for that chart. So you're definitely going to want to make sure that those are both linked, because it'll make it super, super simple, and make sure that you're not trading the wrong ticker. And then to get the radar screen, just so you can click through different futures contracts, just file, new application, go to radar screen, and then boom, it'll open up, and then you just put in whatever futures contract you want. So let's say we want to open up the S&P futures, ES, the current expiration, which is Z, and then 23 for the year. Boom, open it up, and then of course, remember to go back to here, link it back to the color that you're using for all of these. And then once you hit that, it'll change, and you can just click through all of the symbols and it'll be all congruent. So I just realized that my window has been covering the file tab right here. So just to make sure that you guys know, up here is the file. To open up this desktop, just go down here, click desktop, open desktop, and then click the one that you're going to be uploading, which is this one, and then it'll just upload. And then once that's there, to open up all the stuff, new application, and then you have all of these. And so that's how you're going to be opening all of these applications. So I showed you how to open up the chart, the radar screen. Haven't done the time and sales yet. So basically, when you're building out your layouts, you're going to want to make sure that everything is congruent. So literally everything on here is green local symbol green. So whenever I click on, let's say, a different symbol, everything else loads. And yeah, just makes it super, super simple to switch to different tickers. So obviously chart, I have a 5-minute on here, a 1-minute, and then a 10-second. The 5 minutes, so I can kind of see, what's been going on, and then 1 minute for just active trading, and then 10-second to see little minuscule little support and resistance battles, and just how aggressive buyers and sellers are being, and just to see little micro transactions on the chart and see what's going on there. So this is the quick trade bar. Of course, you can just open it right here, go to new application, click quick trade bar, and it'll open up. And so unfortunately, the market is not open today. It'd be a lot easier to show you guys how these functions all work if it was open. But basically, the only stuff that you're going to want to be using on here is pretty much this button right here to buy, and this button right here to sell. This is, you'd be buying at the bid, which is be the lowest price that someone is bidding and that you can buy at, and this would be the highest price that you can sell at and what it's being offered at. So you can also do buy market and sell market to guarantee a fill. Although you'll be buying at the best available market price, which can change pretty rapidly. So you kind of don't want to use that too often, just because you can't control your fill price, and you'll be giving up probably up to a point of slippage, and you just don't want that, because over time it'll just eat away at your profit, and it'll extend your losses. If you wanted to get out 43.60, but using a market order got you out at 43.59, that's an extra $50 that you would have lost just because you used a market order, when all you need to do is just buy and sell, or take and hit, which would be taking the ask, so buying here, and then hitting the bid would be selling here. So yes, you will be not maximizing your profit. If you want to maximize your profit, you'd buy at the bid, sell at the ask. If you want to get filled aggressively, hit the bid or take the ask to get filled instantly. Take the ask is buying, hit the bid is selling. A really easy way to just figure all this stuff out. These numbers, or these buttons, would be blue and red, so it actually makes it a lot simpler, but the market's not open, so it's gray. But you see this little split right here down the middle. Besides these buttons, these would all be blue because that signifies that you're buying, and these would all be red to signify that you're selling. And then if you want to cancel the orders that you have, you can just click cancel all. And then to close your order at market, you can just click that button, close. And again, guys, futures is the most liquid market, not in the entire world, but just, I mean, it's a super extremely liquid market. So even if you do use a market order, I mean, it's not going to be the end of the world. It would kill you to use a market order in options because it's not as liquid. But even here, if you're just doing one contract, it wouldn't be the end of the world, but just focus on good order entry skills, because over time, when you start increasing your position, once you start taking 5+ contracts on ES or NQ, then using a market order could definitely affect your price and just make you lose profit and lose more on your orders. So that's for the quick trade bar. This right here is the time and sales. It shows all the transactions that are happening. The green means that that transaction happened at the ask, and if you're buying at the ask, that means that that person is probably an aggressive buyer. And if it's red, that means that it was sold at the bid, or the transaction happened at the bid, and that means that that's probably more aggressive because the seller, the person who's stepping down, is stepping down in price to sell at the bid. So they're not maximizing how much they would make. They're just trying to get out. So that's a little bit of an indication on the time and sales. I mean, in futures, the bid-ask spread is so small that it is kind of tough to really gauge what's actually bullish and what's bearish. It is a lot easier in stocks because the bid-ask spread is wider, but still, I also use this just to see how many big transactions are happening on the bid or ask, because then you can kind of see a little bit easier on market sentiment and what's actually happening under the hood. So that's for time and sales. And then this is the market depth, also called level 2. Just shows you the highest bid and the lowest ask. I use this more for stocks. You really don't need it on here for futures because you already have it right here, but it's just kind of nice to have. You can just see how much size is at the bid and how much is at the ask, and just see a really quickly updated bid and ask spread. And then right here, I just have the trade manager, so when you do get into a position, you can see it right here, see how much you're up. And then, of course, just another radar screen, just to be able to switch to different contracts and tickers. So then just for some little tips and tricks around Tradestation. So to get to a different ticker or whatever, all you have to do is just click the chart. I mean, you can also do it right here, but if you want to, just click up here, click the chart, and then just start typing in whatever ticker you want to go to. That's just for stocks. Obviously, you can just do the futures contract. Boom, it'll bring you right to there. And if you have it set up correctly on the global links, then it'll instantly go right to the active trader, and you can just hit, your orders and just get those all set up. And then to change the time frame, again, you can just click right here, and then just click, let's say if you want a 1 minute chart, boom, switches to 1 minute. Let's say you want a 5 minute chart, click 5, enter, boom. Let's say you want a 60-minute chart or a 1 hour chart, boom. So you can just switch it pretty easily like that. And then if you want to go into the seconds, you can also change the time frame just by clicking time frame up here. And then you can just click, let's say 15 seconds. So it might take a while just to load all the data. Yeah, so there you go. Just loaded all the data here. So 15-second chart. And then again, this also applies to change it to different second charts. And really, you don't need to be trading on a 5-second chart. But again, it would be nice to have it over here so you can just see different time frames and see the move that's happening in a smaller time frame, just to get a little bit better entries and stuff like that. So if you want to get some indicators on your chart, you just click right here, studies, add study, and then you can just add whatever indicator that you want. Honestly, I really don't use any indicators. I literally just look at the chart. So if you want to, you can add these, but I mean, so many of them are just not really that important. They don't really show you much else, and it just doesn't really help. So if you wanted to add some, just whatever, add one, click OK, and then it should open. Maybe that one's not going to open, whatever, but just whatever. So that's how you open indicators on your chart if you want to. If you want to add support and resistance lines, or a trend line, or any stuff like that, just drawing. Let's say you want to add a trend line. I don't even know, whatever, right here. Click, and then boom, you'll have it right there. So that's really easy how to draw those. Anything else? I mean, you can put a little supply and demand zone. Just click the rectangle, boom, it's in there. So that's how you do that. I don't really do much of the drawings on the Tradestation tab. I do it on Thinkorswim, which is not opening right now, but I just do it on there instead. It just has better drawings and stuff. So that's how I do the indicator and the drawings. And then if you want to change the style of candle, just click style and change it to whatever you want. I just keep it on candle because that's just the simplest, but you can do any of this other stuff. But I mean, in my opinion, I would not recommend that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Actually, one other thing is if you want to take off your profit and loss, which is actually a good idea, just because it helps with not getting in and out super fast and not being emotionally affected by how much you're up or down. So if you want to do that, what you can do is go to the average price and click that off, and then it should let's go to something that we're in, PayPal, whatever. So then, yeah, it won't show you your P&L on here. It will show it on the active trader, but if you want to take that off, you can literally just go to that and then click remove, and it'll remove from there. So that's how you can take off the P&L to be totally emotionally unaffected. And also it'll show down here, and if you want to take that off, do view. Yeah, platform toolbars, you can just click off, hold on, not that one, click off. Yeah, so it won't show any of those. So if you want to not have the P&L, then just have the workspace bar checked, so you won't be able to see your P&L. And then if you took that, you won't be able to see your P&L. And then you can just switch over here to kind of manage it, but just to not have it on the screen. That's how you would do that. And that's pretty much it. I don't really think there's much else to go over as far as setting TradeStation up, especially if you're just beginning. The last thing that you really need to be doing is totally pimping everything out in your screen. I mean, honestly, that's like the last thing that you should be doing. You should literally just be focused on learning and watching the charts. And in my opinion, this is one of the best ways, one of the best layouts that I found, just to help me with that. And so I think you should be pretty good to go just from the beginning. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you got any value, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any other really valuable videos that I will be dropping in the future. And pretty soon here, we are going to be getting into the actual meat and potatoes of how to actually trade and strategies and stuff like that. So that is part 5 of this futures trading accelerator. Drop a like and comment if you guys have any questions, and see you guys in the next one. Peace.